ago, the state of Missouri murdered an innocent man.
Felicia Gale's purse, ID, and husband's laptop were all found inside the vehicle that Marcellus Williams was driving by his girlfriend after Gale's home was burglarized and she was subsequently murdered inside of it. His girlfriend testified that he confessed to the murder after she discovered not only the possessions of Felicia Gale in his car, but also that on the day of the murder he was wearing a jacket that didn't belong to him on a hot summer's day to conceal a bloody shirt underneath. His girlfriend reportedly testified with details of the crime that were not publicly available. The only way she'd know those details is if the killer told them to her. Specifically, she explained where in the house Marcellus murdered Gale and the techniques he used while stabbing her, which were not public information. His former cellmate also testified that Marcellus Williams confessed to him while in jail for a separate crime, but gave a pretty generic story in line with the public information of the case. After his cellmate contacted the police, they contacted Williams' girlfriend, who told them everything. They searched the vehicle that Williams drove that day and found some of Gale's possessions inside of it. Police also recovered Gale's husband's laptop, which Williams sold after the murder. The person who bought the laptop would go on to testify in the case. There were some appeals related to new DNA evidence of a quote unidentified male on the murder weapon, but it was later discovered that that DNA belonged to the prosecutors who handled the knife without gloves. Strong evidence also existed to suggest that Marcellus Williams himself wore gloves to avoid fingerprint evidence, thus causing the lack of Williams' DNA at the scene. Williams had a long and extensive criminal history related to burglary and robbery. In 1997, he robbed a donut shop and a Burger King. In 1998, in 1999, he threatened to kill a corrections officer. In all, Williams had 16 convictions, including repeated and incessant burglary, assault, robbery, armed criminal action, unlawful use of a weapon, stealing a motor vehicle, and false imprisonment. Williams' execution was stayed twice, and countless appeals were filed and heard. It was brought to the Missouri and the United States Supreme Courts, and an entire review board was appointed to look into this case. Not a single one of those hearings or motions materialized any evidence of Williams' innocence or constitutional error. Eventually, attorneys seeking action dropped the case and conceded. I hope this helped.